comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children sing, and all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, oh, what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Good evening, SRA. We are back from a long Christmas break. This is Season 5, Round 6, and tonight I got Tyler James in the booth with me. How you doing, Tyler?
Hey, Steven. I am doing really well. Happy to be back broadcasting. Excited for a wet Barcelona. Let me tell you, this is going to be a fun race where you're going to see battles all throughout the grid all night long. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, I missed the races last night, but from what I could see from the clips, they looked like they were all pretty wet and lots of fighting up and down the field.
The SRA weathermen got it right and
Absolutely.
did predict 100% rain last night, and there was 100% rain last night. You know, they've been, you know, as reliable as real weathermen sometimes. So happy to see them, you know, get their act together and predict the correct weather.
Good job on that. Since we're talking about the track, I'm gonna switch over to the track map. We're at Barcelona, Spain tonight. 16 turns, 2.9 miles or 4.675 kilometers. For me, I think the biggest places to watch are turn 1 after the long straight. You're gonna have turn 5, turn 4. Those sweeper corners catch you off guard going up and down the hill. The long straight into turn 10, the hairpin's pretty tricky, and of course 14 and 15, the chicane. Those sausage curves will catch somebody out tonight, I'm sure.
I think 1, 5, and 10 will see the most accidents.
Yeah, it's
but then
true.
we'll see the most mistakes in like 2, 3.
For sure. 2,
and
3.
then the last 3 or 4. Actually, all of sector 3. Sector 3 is just asking for you to make a mistake. It's just so technical.
Nacho said turn 5 was the hard because there's not really any brake markers. Yeah, that's a tricky corner in the dry.
Yeah, I kind of like look for like this little like flat level spot in the wet, and that's kind of where I start braking. But yeah, it's really tricky. In the dry, you have that runoff on that access road on the side. That's a good braking point. But yeah, the wet, it's really tricky. You know, you've also got to take into account that drivers around you might have different braking points. They might take a different line through there because that is one of the corners that will allow a different line. So yeah,
True.
That's a tough one where a lot of accidents will happen.
Absolutely. But do you want to go into the driver's standings, or you want to look at some of the silver qualifying first?
Let's go ahead and let's go into the silver qualifying. They've got 2.5 minutes left. Let's look at where they're at.
Sounds good.
And then we'll jump into the standings while
their race is long. So far,
yeah.
Krachik with a 56.2 on the provisional pole. A lot of 56s so far. Some of the guys are in 57s. I'm with Williams here, who's up a good 0.8 on their lap, which would put him into the 56 range.
So, hold on 1 second. I'm trying to turn off my overlays.
Pit speed.
But, yeah, it's looking like it's a slow track right now at the 56s, which means it's really wet. We had a light rain in the D1 race, and people were putting in 51s, 52s.
Okay.
So if they're putting in 56s, that means there's a lot of water on track right now. And we do have 31 drivers, you know, attending tonight, and so the game will think that there's a lot of drivers clearing up the rain, but it's just pouring down enough to keep it constantly that wet.
That's crazy, yeah. Has to be very wet. Yeah, not just that he hit a 54 last night, so if he's in D4 and hitting 54s, it's got to be much wetter. They were doing 53s in the practice lobby just before this, so
yeah.
Hopefully
got
it's
some
different.
Pretty quick D3 drivers that are sweating to get into D2. I don't know if you listened to the SRA grid report this past week, Steven. Yeah, it was interesting hearing Josh and Bailey talk about the amount of effort that these drivers are putting in to get better week in and week out is very impressive. If you watch the leaderboards, you'll see that their times just constantly keep improving.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everyone in this division is trying to get better.
This division is super quick and very competitive. Even the guys that aren't racing for wins every week, you know, it's hard to get a top 10 in this division with how close all those times are.
Yep. And so right now, you know, you've got everybody is improving on their times at the moment that's on track, which shows that it is getting drier. So Williams is improving by 0.2. Krochik is improving by 3/4. Almeida is another 1/10.5. Stolfo is another 0.3. I mean, everybody is improving on their times right now, so it'll be interesting to see.
Finally worked in a little bit of a drier line there.
Yeah, yep. They're and now we've got the gold drivers also going down on track, right as the track started to get a little faster. So we'll see. Hey, I'm seeing someone in the chat.
Yep.
Mention that I am a little quiet.
I can turn you up on my Discord. Perfect. Thanks, Loic. Hopefully you're doing well, buddy.
Oh, he's doing really well. He's killing it in D1 this season.
Very nice.
That guy leapfrogged a couple of divisions, came up, and if it wasn't for Koa, Loic would be winning the D1 silver class right now. He's in P2 right now at the moment.
That's what I like to hear. Aiden says, in Spain without the S, and how are we doing? I'm doing pretty well. I didn't have to race in the wet, so I'll take a night off.
Look,
Ooh, as Kyle Miller goes.
I don't mind this track, and I actually really like it in the wet. I like wet racing. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it adds so much to it as the track changes, and you're not just trying to put in the exact same lap as you've been doing in practice all week, and so you kind of got to find where's the traction limit.
Yeah, where's the give and take?
Yeah,
that's the last of the silvers there.
It is, and it looks like Mr. Rodriguez did not put in a time. I'm wondering if he's serving a penalty or if he didn't put in a valid lap.
We do not have any penalties tonight, so it's probably just spun out and wasn't able to get a clean lap in, which kind of sucks.
Oof, lots of yellow flags. Oh, people are slowing down in Sector 3. Trying to build that gap.
Get that gap up. It's one of those, do you want to be out there and try to get on the track early so you don't have to slow down, or do you want to wait a little bit until everyone else is like halfway through the lap?
Well, I do want to mention that for silver, Almeida put in the fastest time with a 55.8. So that's your pole driver for the silver team, for silver class, with Krochik and Anderson right behind him. And they were separated by a 1/10 of a second. That's how close pole was in the silver class.
That's insane, yeah. 55.83, a 55.90, and a 55.91.
The difference between P2 and 3 in the silver division is not 3/10, not 300ths, but 3,000ths of a second.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah. That's a license plate.
That's
what
for
that
sure.
is.
If photo finished, you'd have to watch back 7 times to get it right.
Yeah. If these were California compliant cars, the front license plate, Anderson would have tied him.
So far, these guys are on a slow starting lap as they work around.
Durbin hopping in the chat, letting us know that
7/10. Where would I put you, Durbin?
Oh, 7/10. Oh, okay. I was like, he had a 7 out of 10. I was like, what does that mean?
Nice spin, nice spin. He would have been
Yeah.
like a mid 55. That would have been pole for your division. That would have been pretty good.
Yeah.
Mr. Cone
Corey,
already.
first gold driver out, already putting it in.
Oof,
P8.
Levine.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, Sykes.
My.
Sykes and Seckham right off the bat go, all right, we'll hit the 54s. Look at that. 5/100ths of a second between those two. And aren't they like right behind each other on track? 142. Yeah, well, there's a car between them. I thought they were like literally right behind each other. Kelvin
Old
Lau.
drivers are showing their presence. Coming out with their warm-up laps. Putting them on provisional pole.
Seckham is the guy you guys want to dethrone if you're in D3. That guy's been on a tear.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
I hope he enjoys it, because this is probably the only season that he'll be in D3 as fast as he's been. Talking about those BMWs. All the BMWs in this class have been pretty good all season long.
So, what I found is in lower divisions, outside of D1, you don't need to drive the OP car. You need to drive the safest car.
True.
Because the safest car will allow you to make mistakes and recover from them.
Yeah.
And allow you to ride curbs. It'll allow you to, brake in the middle of a corner, all those things, and not kill you. And that will allow you to finish races. And that's how you really start to rack up the points.
For sure.
Once you've kind of perfected and can really, drive on the real limit of a car, that's when you might want to chase, hey, what car is favored in the BOP?
I can agree with that.
Early on, I think the most stable car is typically the best car to learn how to get better, because it's hard to learn if you're not in the race.
Absolutely, yeah. That's like going from the Audi last season, which I thought was pretty balanced front to rear, going to this Ferrari. The Ferrari is much more wild, so I've had to adjust a lot.
Lively car.
And I've heard that the Honda and the Porsche are a little bit harder to tame than that, so I don't know if I ever want to go that direction. Let's see. Schwau's on a pretty good lap.
Sykes has put it on pole with a 54.2, and there's a 4/10 gap to Secombe right behind him.
And that's how it looked earlier in the practice lobby. Like Sykes had a good half second on the rest of the field, so the Aston Martin, he's got hooked up in the wet.
Well, we're seeing Sodre invalidate his time. I'll kind of move on to someone else. Christian Holmes. It's Christian.
Yeah.
Is improving on his time by 4/10. That'd be enough to move him up into almost the top 10, not quite top 10.
Ooh, my.
Oh, but just lost a lot of time. Right there. I'm wondering if the track is getting wetter, because I'm not seeing people improve on their times right now. This is the interesting thing with wet weather qualifying, is the track could be at its best state at like 10 minutes into the session or 12 minutes into the session. Like, you never know where that perfect time where there's the least amount of water on track and you've got your tires in the right window. You just need to always put in a valid lap, because it could be the last one you get at that grip level.
Yeah, I just saw Seckham was up like 3 or 4 tenths going into the last couple of corners and lost it all. Looked like he just got a little loose in the puddles. Same with Lau. Not a lot of green either.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm wondering if more rain is coming down.
Smith's about the only one that's really on a good lap.
Corey's improving on his time. We got Holmes improving on theirs.
Garrity's up half a second now.
Garrity is improving. Oh, Smith is up 1.3 seconds.
Yeah. That's who I'm with right now, because he's near the end of his lap, so he can hold it for just this corner. He'll move into the 56s. 24th to 17th. That's not a bad jump.
All right, we're in the last minute of qualifying. Some of these drivers are on their final lap.
Yeah, not very many of them are going to get another one after this. Maybe the top four? Maybe the fifth driver? Who's fifth here? Garrity's probably quick enough to get around.
All right, we'll see. Everybody keeps
Sykes
losing
is up
time.
again.
Yeah, Sykes is about to increase their lead.
Gonna go into the 53s again. 3/10 up around the last corner there. Jeez, Gareth.
And we'll be able to do one more lap.
Oh man, 53.9. He's almost a full second ahead of second place. Cohen's already up. Start this last one. Sadri's up.
All right. Everybody that has crossed the line is now finished.
Holmes made a little run there. Holmes and Williams tied at 156, 132 there for 12th. Let's see that.
Williams is in the pits already. Yeah, they're going to be stuck that way too. Holmes and Williams doing the same exact time.
Sandri.
All right. Well, right now, everybody that is out there that is on a valid lap is improving. Well, Seckham is not. He's kind of tying his time. But Sykes is improving by another 10th. Levine is kind of even.
Oh, Corey
Lau
just
is kind
spun.
of even.
Dang. That'll put him 9th.
Right. We now only have 3 drivers that are on valid laps. Sykes, Secombe, and Levine.
Absolutely.
Man, and Sykes and Secombe are barely improving if they're improving at all.
There, Levine messed up something there. Just backed out of it.
Levine is 2 seconds down, so it's just really these top 2 are the last 2 with valid laps.
Seckham's going to have to get a second in the last corner to do anything.
Yeah, he's only improving by a 10th right now, so
Sykes
he's
is
not
off.
going to be able to realistically take pole, because he needs 8/10 to take pole. And so really what this is doing, this is padding the SR rating, getting that pace score up by improving this time right here. And he's going to improve by 2.5/10 it looks like.
Still a pretty reasonable time, 54.5.
Absolutely. Well, that was a show by Sykes right there.
Oh,
6/10, and then Secombe is right there, and about another 5/10, and we'll see where the rest of the grid, if they can even keep up with those two who have kind of set themselves apart from the grid right now.
Absolutely. They are going to be hard to beat, especially on the front row where they have the most clean air into this first corner.
Yep. Well, let's go ahead and show the
driver
talk about the driver standings.
There you go. And looking at it, Seckham and his teammate Diggs had just been trading wins, I think, all season.
Yep. Well, they have a almost 300-point lead in the team championship.
Team championship is nasty.
If they have a great performance today, which Diggs is currently in P5 and Secombe is in P2, they could, I think, mathematically secure the championship after this race, in the team championship. So, but let's talk about the driver championship, which Secombe is leading his teammate only by 10 points. And so really, I think that's the battle we need to watch throughout this race is
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, Sacombe and Sykes are out there in a league of their own, but I think Diggs is going to fight hard to get up there and try to catch up to his teammate, possibly beat him.
Yeah, starting with fifth.
Sykes is also fighting for the last spot on the podium right now, and is not out of the championship race.
No, not by a bit.
76-point difference. That's nothing to scoff at between that and P2.
3 races,
I'm sorry,
you can make it up.
P1, yeah, absolutely. Especially if you take the win here. Sacombe has an off track. That's 110 points right there. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Going down the grid, your 3, 4, 5, 6 are all in a close battle.
30 seconds.
19 points, a little bit more than 19 points. About 25 points separates them.
Yeah.
That's really close. I mean, the podium is not finalized in D3 whatsoever. This will be a fun battle to watch play out. And so I'll just kind of mention also for the silver championship, we got Raphael in the lead there with Robert Almeida in P2, 63 points behind. But then Durban Legacy is the last spot on the podium, and he's only 7 points behind Robert.
And those guys are 7th, 11th, and 12th in the overall standings. Like, they're having a good season on their own, even looking at the overall.
Absolutely. They should be stoked if they can find their way in the top 10 overall.
Good job to them, for sure. Team standings real quick while we're through. As you said, a big gap from first to second.
Yeah. Everybody's fighting for first loser at this point, with 848 points between Sacombe and Diggs. I mean, that's insane. But Elliot and Ryan at 522s, very respectable. But they've got a Ghost Rider Racing team right behind them with Dan Rebel and Kyle Miller, who are about 100 points behind. I know it sounds like a lot, but when you're talking about teammates and team championships, that's not that much because there's no drop races. So every race, your team improves. Yeah. Baseline Racing, Foxtrot is right behind them with a 414 points. Only a 14-point difference between 3 and 4.
And Corey's been doing the last couple of races on his own because Ryan's work stuff has kept him from racing, so he's doing a good job keeping him up there.
Well, he's holding down the fort, but that's given the opportunity for the Grid Thieves Motorsports D3 team to catch up, and they are close behind. Only 6 points. Yeah, this is an incredibly tight team battle if you take away the world infamous racing team.
Yeah.
Man, up and down this grid is.
And
this team order will be completely different. Yeah. This team order will be completely different by the end of the season.
Oh, I believe it. Just takes one slip up and you go from 10th to 3rd or 3rd to 15th. Ooh, somebody did not start. That is Felix Payan. I wonder what happened to him.
All right, let's head on back over as they are coming into Sector 3. And we can catch on up with our drivers as they come around the last couple of corners and they'll start to form the grid. Steven, I'll let you watch the front of the grid. I'll catch, P about 6 or 7 rows back, so P15, P14.
All right. Need to switch the gap delta.
And you can go to Helicam for this one if you want, and then I know what we talked about later.
Yeah, we'll swap back. Yeah, I wonder what happened to Felix there. He's the only one that's not going on the grid. I don't know if just the wheel didn't go.
Yeah, maybe it didn't hit drive. All right, we will. I will watch the middle of the pack, and you get the front of the pack. So in your picture-in-picture, you'll see the middle of the pack. If you want to catch any action that's back there, but don't take your eyes off the main screen as they go.
So far, don't see any penalties, so no speeding or lane drive-throughs. That's good.
Awesome. We got one row that is 3 wide.
Durbin in the middle there.
Oh, someone's off in the grass in the very back. It's an Audi.
Uh,
It looks like it might have been Gold who went off there. Oh, we got some people spinning into
ooh, I
turn
see
1.
that. Clean at the front here. First 4 rows going.
Okay, we'll jump back up to catch the middle of the pack when it comes into these tricky next couple of corners.
Ooh, Levine's off.
Yep, he went long.
Rebel, I think
really
that is.
long.
That's off too. Yeah, Dan Rebel and Levine, I think they might have just brushed each other.
This is the tricky corner. This is where everyone is coming in at different speeds. Looks like people navigate turn 5 extremely well. Very impressed there.
It definitely shook up the top 6 or so. Diggs went from 5th to 3rd without even having to really do much. Rebel 7th.
Look who's in the lead.
Yep, Second got that outside on the front, and we'll see if I guess Sykes can reel him back in before the BMW takes off.
Just trying to catch any possible action in the back of the grid.
Looking at the gap markers, everyone's still pretty close, so that's good.
You know, these last couple of corners, people are going to try and go too wide. We'll see if this causes any accidents. Nope, they all navigated pretty well.
Very nice.
All right, I will. I'll let you keep going with the main cars in the front. I'll catch any replays in the
There goes
picture
Anderson
below.
off.
Yep, I got that replay. Don't worry about
Is
it.
that turn 2?
There's turn 1, turn 2. It looks like he's just late on the brakes and spins it.
Oh.
He's braking and turning at the same time.
That's not good in the wet.
But he's very cautious on his rejoin. He did a great job there.
Didn't take anybody else out, didn't take themselves out. Have plenty of time to recover. And we're back to the 10-minute windows for the rest of the season. Is it 10-minute?
Yep, 10-minute pit window. So down in your picture-in-picture, I will I'll show any replays of any overtakes that I catch on the race control.
Very nice.
Oh, looks like Rodriguez went long in turn 5. Again. Sykes is pressuring Second.
Yeah, I was looking to see if there's anything else that looks really close, but I think these two are probably the closest ones there.
Well, Whitting Jr. is leading a train of 1,
no.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars. That's what you're looking at currently in your picture-in-picture.
I see that in
him
the
being the
camps.
Being the conductor
Sykes
there.
on the inside here? Doesn't quite have it. He's just gonna make the look though.
Letting Sacombe know that he's in danger. You better keep up the pace.
You got it now. Diggs, Lau, is it Osborne? No, it's Saudry and Sircone. Top 6 are all really close. You can see them. Switch back here. Look like Sircone was going for a move.
Trying to catch any gaggle of cars, but it looks like people are now starting to space out a tiny bit. That we don't have those long trains. We have a bunch of close battles happening. Oh, we had someone going off track. Let's see it. It's like Friday, turn 5.
Oh no, turn 5's already claimed a couple victims.
I called it, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
It?
Yeah, that corner's always gotten me in the dry, so I'm assuming it'd take me out in the wet too. 53.9 was. Oh, someone was asking what the qualifying. Yeah.
Right now, the fastest lap is at 54.8.
So still pretty wet.
A little bit slower, but it will dry. It'll dry up as the cars continue to do laps, and the weather is predicting that the rain will get a little bit lighter in 10 minutes and in 30 minutes. So hopefully drivers anticipated that with their tire pressures. Otherwise, their tires will get a little toasty, and driving on overinflated wets will wear them out.
That'll kill them.
And then they become a pain in the rear end to handle. Oh, we got another accident here. Let's see it.
Anderson.
Mr. Gold. Oh, he just loses it on the corner exit.
Oh wow, that's a weird place to lose.
He just
Sircone just got
went long. Oh no, then someone else went long as well. It looked like Anderson lost it right there at the same time.
So Sircone's now going to chase down Lau after passing Saundry. He's got Rebel there in the background still. BMW's holding in the back end of the top 10. I'm watching Sykes kind of drift back a little bit. He went from 3/10 a couple laps ago. Now he's almost a full second from second.
Well, Sykes has got the fastest lap. Started on pole. Knows they got pace. We'll keep an eye on that battle. Right now in your picture-in-picture, you've got Corey leading a train of Sauge and Rebel. And Almeida and Levine all within a second of each other. So
yeah, it's a nice little battle.
It's primed for some action as... Oh my goodness, I think that was Almeida or Rebel trying to go around the outside in Sector 3, which compromised his exit down the straight. Yeah, that was Rebel. And Almeida is was on his tail. Looks like they're in a normal gap now.
Durbin trying to get Lloyd down the last couple of corners.
In your picture-in-picture, you're seeing Whitting Jr. get past Smith as he went long in Sector 3 and had to take the sausage curbs.
Ooh, that's not fun.
Definitely not the fastest line through there.
A lot of single file now.
Let's see here.
Did we not have 31 drivers to start?
We did. We've had two already
leave
after.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
after having accidents. I suspect we'll have at least another 2 more leave as well.
Oh yeah. I'd be surprised if we had more than 25 at the end.
You know, that's kind of the name of what weather racing is, just attrition, and can you stay in it?
Absolutely.
Can you keep it calm, cool, and collected?
Everyone's kind of just tiptoeing at the moment. Maybe they see that the weather's going to get a little bit drier, so they're just kind of hanging on to their buddy's bumper. As I say that, Garrity's getting past or passing somebody here.
So as they've done 4 laps, drivers are now kind of in a groove, and they're not making the mistakes they were making in the first 1 or 2 laps. Tires are up to temperature and pressure, and so you'll see drivers now have to force an error. You know, try and go down the inside. I've got Kevin Lau, who's maybe gonna make a move on Diggs.
Oh,
this would be huge for the drivers' championship.
He's in it.
Diggs needs every point that he can get, but Lau stays behind him. That Porsche and the straight line speed is just it doesn't exist.
They don't work too well together. Lau's made it work though. He's pretty quick on that thing, despite the lack of straight line speed.
All right, Legacy and Astolfo are going side by side. I'll keep an eye on that action in the picture-in-picture. You got Legacy and the Ferrari on the inside. Astolfo on the outside. Ooh, Durbin with little contact goes long into turn 1.
Oh no, Durbin.
Let's see this rejoin. Durbin coming down and closing the door on Astolfo. Almost.
Kinda giving it back.
He should let him by, considering the line
There
that
you
he
go.
just took through the first corners. But yeah, it looks like Legacy's gonna tuck in. He'll keep fighting back.
Gave him the inside.
Yep. He'll keep fighting back. Don't worry. Oh, and then just behind him, it looks like Garrity is going long. Friday is close to him.
I don't think Garrity's having too good of a time so far. His hood looks a little bouncing.
Uh-oh. I'm cutting to Whitting Jr. trying to make a move on Smith. Smith covers the outside. Whitting Jr. down the inside. Smith with a cutback, but Whitting Jr.'s got the move done. Down in your picture-in-picture. But who knows, the McLaren here can get a really good exit.
Absolutely.
And,
ooh, Sykes on the inside of second in turn 1. Close. Gets him on turn 3. New leader.
got the move done. We got a change in the lead.
Didn't even touch him, I don't think. Just nice, close.
I've got another move down here. Rebel making a pass on Sodre. Down the inside.
Off he
Check
goes.
it out in your picture-in-picture and got that move done. Sodre is fighting back though.
Oop, crowd checks off. Like turn 4.
Oh, I'll catch it. Sorry, everyone.
You are good.
In your picture-in-picture, you can see the accident. Oh, he just braking and turning.
Oof. Barely missed a couple of BMWs.
Yep, good avoidance by some of these drivers. He was holding his brakes, waiting for a safe rejoin. Looks like he's done it. And back to battling. And Whitting Jr. just gets by him. So we'll see if Krochik can fight back.
I believe Krawczyk will get back in the groove and make some of those positions back up. Holmes and Carbog battling for 10th and 11th here. Don't think Holmes is going to get him here.
And to give you an update on the lead, Sacombe put in the fastest lap with a 54.3. 2-2. Sykes has put in a 54.335. And Sykes has pulled over a second gap on the leaders. So we're going to start showing some battles at the back of the grid. You said you are
10th and
who are
11th.
you watching?
Carbog and Holmes.
Okay.
Splitting up a little bit, but still one of the closest ones there.
I'll follow you around to give an alternate angle, and you just tell me where you're going.
Looks like my race control is froze.
I'm gonna go down to Krochik and Whitting Jr. and Smith and Miller. They're all
Sounds good.
They're all together, and Krochik just went long in corner 3.
There we go. Let's see what else we got here.
You know what? Lloyd, Alstrafo, and Legacy are all... Oh, Legacy's side by side. I'm jumping down in there to that
Yeah,
one.
look at that battle.
Pressuring. Astolfo. Oh, and Legacy's under pressure behind from Garrity. Woo! Let's keep an eye on these 4 cars. Oh, they're all making little tiny mistakes and opening the door, and Garrity right behind Legacy in the Ferrari. Oh man, that was close. That KFC Ferrari or KFC BMW. Are you catching this on the mainstream? What are you watching?
I am with Almeida and Sadri. Sadri just got passed in the last corner by him.
Oh, there's contact. There's contact. There's an accident.
Oh no.
All right, let's go back and let's check it out again. Look down in your picture-in-picture. Looks like one driver went long and just.
And they're going
slid
wide
back
at the
into
last
Legacy.
corner too.
Oh man. And it looks like that was sliding, didn't quite have control of the car yet. Garrity is falling back.
Yeah.
After that one.
Lloyd lost a couple positions there. He went off in the dirt on the last corner trying to regain himself. Raw chicken.
Astolfo kind of came through clean and doesn't have anybody around him anymore.
Ooh. As I switched to Smith, Astolfo just went off in turn 4.
Well, Krochik went off.
Or is that Krochik?
Well, and was rejoining.
Oh,
yeah,
that's Krochik.
yeah.
Yeah. That's who it was. They've got very similar liveries with the Christmas theme there. Kelvin Lau back on the bumper of Diggs, 0.3 of a second. Going into the chicane here at the end of the lap. Making a move? Oh, he bumps him. No, Kelvin. Bumps him and just spins him out. That is not what you want to see there.
Got a replay of that in your picture-in-picture.
That's going to bump Diggs down 3 positions.
Diggs did not need that in the championship battle. Smith is going side by side right now with Miller. There's like a 4-way battle if you want to hop down to that one, and it looks like Astolfo and Krochik are also involved. Oh, we're back in that last section. I told you that the last chicane, so tricky. Oh, they're going side by side. Astolfo is going to try and make a move. Does get a move done. Is Smith going to lose 2 positions down the straight? He is. He doesn't have the inside. He's got the outside. He does not have the pace. He's backing out. He just lost 2 positions. A bad exit out of that chicane. Man, if you can't carry the speed down the straight, you just get eaten alive.
For sure.
Oh no! And there's is that Legacy behind that just went off the track? Just brake too late.
Yeah, Legacy's kind of slow.
And now he's really slow. He's got the Audi of Schmitzer right behind him. Schmitzer thinking this might be an opportunity. Legacy's got dirty tires. Oh man. See if Legacy can hold him off. Coming into turn 5, the tricky turn. Friday just in front of Legacy just made a mistake. Durbin doesn't know whether he wants to attack or defend because he's got so much stuff going around him.
Absolutely.
Oh, who went off on your screen? You had 2 cars go off on your screen.
Back.
That BMW.
That would be Almeida?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not live. I was pretty far behind, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Durbin went off the track again. He's having some trouble keeping it on track. Oh, Christian Holmes just got passed
by
Carbo.
Oh,
Carbo.
It's a drag race down the front straightaway. Carbo doesn't have it. Might go for a pass on the inside. No, he's just gonna tuck back in.
Alright, down in your picture-in-picture, we have Astolfo, who is a 10th behind Miller. Miller's on the inside in the BMW. Alstafo and the McLaren. They go side by side through turn 1. Oh, and they've got a three-way battle going on right now. Oh, and Miller goes long.
Yeah, off the track a little bit there.
Goes off track, loses 2 positions, might lose the 3rd one to Smith. Does lose it, no, fights back. Able to defend against Smith on the inside. They're still side by side. And then Alstafo and Krochik in front of them are really close right now. Let's see this. Krochik is only 2/10 behind Alstafo. This fast corner, if you can get a good exit, you might be able to beat someone in the braking zone coming up. Doesn't look like you're close enough. You need to be about 2/10 behind the driver in order to beat them in the braking zone here in the wet. Looks like Krochik was just about 4/10 behind in the picture-in-picture.
Yeah, Carbach's losing the back of Holmes here. I think I'm going to switch up to Rebel and Sircone because that's a nice little battle for 4th and 5th. Rebel's slowly gaining on him. Diggs in the background trying to make up for that spin earlier. Rebel's close, but it looks like he's running a different line and he's hitting some puddles. I see the back end of the BMW sliding around a little bit.
See here. You were on Holmes and
Sircone.
Yeah, they're like 2/10.
Yeah. Yeah, they're still pretty close. Diggs, Rebel, Sircone for the top 5 there. Speed on Williams is kind of close. There's a couple little battles. No, we did have somebody else leave. I see Garrity's now 28th. 28.
You know, the points don't change. The amount of points awarded doesn't change depending on how many drivers sign up. So every driver that leaves, last place becomes more valuable. I mean, 28th is a lot of points. I mean, there are some races where you could beat 10 drivers and still not get that many.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've got Lloyd going off. Let me check this replay really quick.
Oh, no.
Into turn 5. Oh, and he was on the curb when he braked, and that's what spun him around.
Corey's off a little bit.
No. Rodriguez and Legacy also looks like had another contact. Or someone, Lloyd. Someone, let's just see.
Corey.
Legacy was spun. Oh, Legacy was spun.
And then Rodriguez hit some. Oh.
Yeah, didn't see it. Oh.
Oh, the BMWs are working together to get around Sircone, maybe? Oh, they split up. Sircone's still going to take 3rd. Diggs has to fall back in line.
I've got that battle going on as well in the picture.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
This is racing right here. Oh, look at this.
Rebel on the inside.
On the inside.
Power.
Sircone's Corey is sticking with it. He is not yielding the spot. There's a tiny bit of contact, and it looks like Diggs is going to win out on this one.
Diggs gets 2.
That's huge for the Drivers' Championship. That's huge.
That's so big. I think Corey looks like when he went to brake, the front locked up and slid right towards Dan.
Yep, they were trying to race as tight as possible, and it looks like there was just a little bit of error. Sometimes it's better just leave that margin for error and come through alive.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, they're all still in it. You know,
Brings Levine back in it too.
Yeah, yep. Oof. This is exciting. As Sykes has kind of pulled a gap on Sircone out front, this battle right here will have major implications on the podium standings for the Driver Championship and the Team Championship. I mean,
absolutely.
All these drivers are fighting for top 5 finishes in the Team Championship. And look, I believe.
Yeah, that's Diggs is 1st. Dan's team is 3rd. Corey's team is 4th, and Levine's team is 2nd right now.
So don't forget, every point that you score, every position you gain is not only more points for you, but less points for your opponent. I mean, it's a huge swing when you can pass. Oh, and the pit window is opened up. Drivers are now diving into the pits. They're trying to get. Oh, and did you see who was that almost hit the wall in that green livery? They were trying to get stopped. And then they also almost ran into each other.
That's Sircone in the Ferrari.
Is it?
Yeah, sitting there behind Dan Rebel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
he decided
Corey,
last second to go in.
He almost lost it on the entry, and then had to slam on his brakes when Dan braked really early for the pits. Dan didn't want to catch a speeding penalty. He's much wiser than I am. As
they're gonna come out nose to
stop
tail.
30. Is not fun.
Corey's gonna come out right inside of Dan and let him have the spot back.
Oh my gosh, these drivers are insane. What was that?
This craziness. So Dig stayed out. He's got, let's see, what is that? Number 57. A third of a lap on those guys now?
The pit exit in the picture-in-picture is going to be crazy. You've got 3 drivers all trying to leave at the exact same time.
What in the world is that? That is madness.
You have Krochik, Alstafo, and Moffitt. Justin Moffitt, I don't think I've called his name at all yet.
Quiet.
Finding his way into the mix.
Sneaking around in there.
Right now, the only 2 battles on track are the two battles of people that pit at the exact same time. This is the pit window, so you'll see that there are battles happening, just not between cars on track. You know, they're now playing the overcut undercut game, and you know, these drivers are still gonna be pushing hard because they know they need to put in faster times than the drivers they were just driving next to.
Absolutely. Durbin's in the pits. Also in the chat.
Our leaders, though, 1 through 4 have not pit yet.
Sykes and Seckham definitely have a gap where they don't have any cars nearby. Lau and Diggs, yeah, they're all pretty close to nobody, so might as well enjoy the free air while you got it.
That's my thought process is you should not pit if there is no one in front of you. You should just wait it out.
Absolutely. No. Waiting is.
All right,
or is he in the pits? I can't tell.
Chasing down Krochik. They are battling right now. Alstafo and Krochik are really the only battle on track. It is just that time in the broadcast, everybody. This is your chance. Go to the bathroom while you can. Because once the pit window closes, we'll be back at it, battling each other. Alstafo just made a mistake, but was able to catch it, but lost his was not able to keep up with Krochik. Krochik has now pulled a little bit of a gap, but that gives us a chance to jump back over to Rebel and Corey.
Still duking it out.
Oh, and it looks like Holmes is going to get past. Is that Palient? Is that how you say his name?
And I know it's French. Loic has the correct pronunciation of it, but I still haven't figured it out. And I'm friends with Felix, so I feel bad for not being how to say his man's name.
Felix, is that what that is?
That Felix is his first name, so definitely go by that.
Yep, I'm sorry, Felix. Sorry for everyone that I have butchered their names. I am notoriously bad at it. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna jump back over with Corey and Dan, give you guys that helicopter view. We'll see. Actually, let's go to the bonnet view. Let's see how close Corey gets to Dan.
Diggs showed yellow for a second. What happened to him? passing. Oh, he's passing somebody.
Yeah, pit lane will cause those yellow flags right now. All right, Levine coming out 3/10 behind Diggs. Is that a position made by Diggs, or is that a position held by Diggs?
Holding that, because Levine was right behind Rebel and Sircone going in. Those guys are still close. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of cars pitting, so it's kind of hard to tell.
Corey and Dan are catching up to Whitting Jr.
And Whitting has not pit. The top 8 drivers, Sykes, Seckham, Lau, Diggs, Levine, Williams, Speed, and Whitting, according to this, have not pit. Smitscher gets a stop and go 30. Hate to see that. Lau's in the pits. It's 3rd place. Diggs,
Levine, all in the pits.
So the top 2 are taking one more?
Yeah, the top 2 definitely have another lap in them. Sometimes, if they're listening to crew chief will be extra cautious and tell you, pit this lap, and sometimes you still have an extra one in you.
Sounds about right. See, Whitting's gonna drop off.
Yep, Whitting just jumps right into the pits.
See if this Ferrari's got anything for the BMW now.
No, it sounded like Corey had to let off the gas a couple of times. Compromised his exit.
Felix.
I can only hear it because I was on board with them. Oh, we've got a BMW Levine coming out. Oh
look at that.
Gosh!
Corey has to brake hard not to run into Rebel and loses the position to Levine. That Gould?
There's an Audi? Who's that Audi? That has to be a blue flagged Audi.
Yeah, I think that's Gould.
Oh,
or Schmitzer?
Spicing things up. Corey's now going to try and get past Levine, who's on cold tires, underinflated tires. Corey should have the pace. He's better move fast because Levine's tires will get up to temperature and pressure within the end of the lap. So he's got to pounce now. Maybe pressure mistake into turn 5.
He's pushing on him hard.
Yeah, he is. Let's see if Corey can do it. Next big opportunity is to get a good exit off of, what is that, 7 or 8? Corner 7 or 8? Something like that?
Yeah, 8 or 9 here, going into the last hairpin, or the hairpin off the straight.
Yep, this turn right here, if you can get a good exit, catch up to him on the straight, which it looks like Corey might be doing. There's a 4/10 gap. 3/10 he's gaining on him.
Not quite enough before the braking zone.
Oh, and look at the cars in front. There's some traffic out front. Now Levine and Rebel are catching up to some blue flags. This could compromise them in the...
Lloyd?
Oh, Corey just had a bad exit.
That is not a good corner for Corey.
That's all right. Corey was lucky that the blue flag slowed down Levine. Oh, man, they're going to be back in. And look at this. Who's that?
Almeida?
Behind? Almeida is also trying to get into this battle.
Poor Corey. 4 BMWs from 4 different teams just hounding him all race.
You know, sometimes that's a good thing because then you have an advantage the other cars don't. And
Absolutely.
You need to find the spot in the track where you can capitalize on it. Man, now that the pit window is closing, man, it's getting back excitement, getting back to being exciting.
Everybody looks like they've pit from 1st to 23rd on the markers, so nobody's going to get a penalty of a DSQ for that.
Yep, pit count, everybody has completed at least 1 pit stop, so we are good. Get back to racing. And boy, did it resume right as that pit window closed.
Absolutely. Sykes has still got a 6-second lead on Seckham and a 8, almost 9-second to 3rd with Lau.
I'm going to show you guys. I did a 30-second replay down in your picture of Williams and Holmes. Williams was coming out of the pits, and immediately had a battle. No accidents or anything, but just
straight into a battle for position.
Straight into a fight.
Goodness.
Yeah. Look at that. And, you know, Williams had cold and underinflated tires and was waiting on. Corey is still battling up front, though, there. Are you on that battle with Corey? And
I am, yeah.
Okay. I'll show the battle between Speed, Holmes, and Williams in the picture-in-picture.
And that is a close one. 4/10 separate the three of them.
Yeah. Oh man, you might see Holmes go for the move on the inside on the Williams, but Williams is covering off the inside, saying if you want it, you need to go on the outside. Let's see. Holmes is going to try and do it on the outside, but Williams.
Ooh, look at that grip.
The line. Oh man, now we've got. Is that who's that coming into play?
Krachik?
That's Speed. Krachik, yeah. I mean, oh my gosh, just look at these drivers.
One group gets too close and starts fighting. Another guy's like, "Hey, look at that! My turn to get back in the middle."
Krachik is caught up and is now catching up to these drivers. Williams lost out there. We've got Speed right in front of him, and then Holmes, who was the big winner there, who did make that move get done on the outside, and Speed just kind of snuck in. But now Speed is under pressure by Williams. Williams is going to try and go down the inside in turn 1. And he will get the move completely done by turn 1, so
look at that.
Speed's not going to be able to fight back.
He's just dropping.
Got that position back. Excited to see. Oh, and Speed has got a much better line, though, through there. Keeping the pressure on Williams. But all this fighting has brought in Krachik and Astolfo. They are all within a second of each other. I'll move the helicam so you can kind of see. Oh, and then it looks like Williams has just made a mistake. The rear end got out. Speed is looking like diving down the inside, but no, it was just a dummy. He's going to tuck in behind for turn 5. Williams is struggling right now.
Oh, there goes Levine off. Happened.
Whoa, what happened up in the main screen? What was that?
Looks like... Yeah, it just missed his braking zone into turn 10 there, into the hairpin, and just had to drive it off that paint. Gives that spot to Corey, though, he's been fighting for.
Right, well, we've got a 5-car battle down in your picture-in-picture. I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, you want me to swap to that? That looks more interesting.
Yeah, go ahead and swap to that. Swap to that right now, because it is insane. I'll show the helicopter view.
Nope, car bog in front of them's off. Nope,
so that could throw a wrench in this, too, if someone's... where they shouldn't be. It could distract the driver.
4 McLarens?
Yep, and a Aston leading the way. So you've got Holmes, Williams, Speed, Krachik, Astolfo, all within this battle right now. They were at one point all within 4/10 of each other.
Yeah, that's a really close battle. And this is one of those where you're battling cars the same make. So it's
Krachik
all on
going
driver.
for a move down the inside
look at that.
Speed, and
Speed
is going to do a switchback.
Switchback?
Oh, and is going to be on the inside for this next corner. Speed says, "Go ahead, go for that inside. I'll cut it back right now." And then
Astolfo's coming.
Left the door open for Astolfo. Yeah, right behind him.
Oh man.
Astolfo might be able to capitalize on Krachik's aggressiveness. Oh, and Krachik made a mistake.
Oh, he tried to hold Astolfo off. Missed his braking marker. Jeez.
Astolfo coming through with a win there, gaining back the position. Speed holding on to that position, but losing some time to the drivers in front. So Williams and Holmes have kind of pulled a little bit of a gap. We'll see if Speed can catch back up. As long as Astolfo doesn't pressure Speed, they'll probably close the gap to these drivers, and we'll get that train will probably
rotate back in.
Up. Yep, and Krachik will catch up to the group again and try to make his way through that pack. Man, this is exciting.
It is. I was about to say that with 4 McLarens right there together, you can't really take an advantage on the different makes. That's where your driver skill comes into play. And as I was saying that, they like, oh, here, driver, just jump in and make a move on the inside. No big deal.
Yeah, well, we're getting ready to get back to the straight, and Williams is on the bumper of Holmes. We'll see if that McLaren can get a good exit. Man, Astolfo is also closing the gap on Speed. I'm going to jump back there to that one.
Yeah, he's right in the draft.
We could see Astolfo maybe try to go down the inside. Let's see. I'm predicting he is. He is. He's making a move for the inside.
Look at that.
We'll see if Speed does the exact same thing. Does a switchback? Let's see.
Lets him have it.
Alstafo looks like it's going just a little bit long. Speed.
Not quite.
Under control. Still got the inside.
Oh, no,
Came back, bought the inside. Speed
No
with
way.
back-to-back laps where he's holding his own by giving the driver the inside and taking the smarter line to set himself up for the exit through this section.
What a
Let's
drive
see what he
speed.
does. Does he stay on the inside? He does.
Oh, they're
And
touching.
it looks like.
Oh, they're
Yep,
both in the
yep.
grass.
Yep. And it looks like
Williams.
Williams was able to slip back through. I
Touching.
think that was Alstafo closing the gap on Speed. Speed was all around the corner, and they make a mistake into turn 5. Speed is
Oh,
going to get
man.
back past Alstafo, and we now have Krochik got back past
Look
those
at
two
that.
drivers.
Pritchett, thank
Alstafo
you,
now
boys.
right behind there in Speed. Still holding off Alstafo through all of that action. Woof. Take a break.
They keep doing that. They've got Moffat, who's only 2.5 seconds back. He's licking his chops, seeing all that going on.
Man,
Top 6 have kind of spread out a little bit.
D3
I
giving
see
us some interesting racing.
Smith and Miller here, 17 and 18, 3/10 into the hairpin.
Oh, Steven, I don't know if I can continue to watch this, man. My heart's racing, my throat's hurting. I need some water.
It's a crazy race, and we still got 18 minutes left of the 60 minutes already.
Alstafo and Speed
Are they still?
are back at it.
Oh my goodness, I'll go
Alstafo is
back to this
covering
one.
the inside. You got to go back to this one really
Look
quick.
at this.
He is saying you cannot have this inside.
Nope, not the inside. You have to go around the outside.
And
Alstafo just takes it. He said, okay. And then there's a
I'm
switch
sorry,
back.
that was Speed. That was Speed. I'm sorry. Speed is becoming a professional.
3
at
laps in a
defending.
row.
And you know what? I want to correct what I said earlier. Speed covered the inside this time instead of the outside the past 2 laps.
Mm-hmm.
And he really covered the inside. He was driving along the pit wall.
I think he realized that
Holy
letting him
cow.
have the inside may end up losing that position.
I mean, if we want to talk about a driver of the day, Speed right now is like
Very
the most
good.
exciting driver to watch. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Let's see who else. Williams is catching Holmes a little bit, not much. They're still kind of just hanging close. Yeah, a lot of 1 second gaps.
Speed has to be sweating. He has been under pressure ever since the pit window closed.
Yeah, I would hate to see how his hands are after the race. They're going to be blistered with all the wheeling he's doing. Look at that. He's... See, he might be able to get a good run on Alstafo this time and not have to worry about that pass into turn 1.
Williams and Holmes are close to each other. Williams is looking like he's going to try and make a move on Holmes.
Oh.
Nope, just kind of showing the inside. He's not alongside. Will he try to outbrake him? The McLaren and its Camry brakes trying to outbrake of Aston would be incredible. Did not happen. Alstafo, though, has closed the gap on Speed as well. Only 2/10 at the end of the straight.
Speed did the same thing.
Yeah, he covered the inside. Said, "You're not gonna get to see this. You're not gonna go down the inside and push me offline."
Did the Indianapolis straight drive along the pit lane so you can't get under me through the draft?
Yes. And Alstafo making a little bit of a mistake,
Little bomb.
giving Speed some breathing room.
Another little shake.
All right. Well, I'll jump on over to Williams and Holmes, who
Sounds
are
good.
just in front of this battle.
I'm gonna jump up to
As-
Levine and Sircone.
Yep. Go ahead. You know what? That's a good one to watch too. I'm gonna jump up there as Levine is pressuring Corey.
These two have been battling not only just tonight. These two have found each other quite a bit this season too, so they kind of know the ins and outs of where the other drivers are good, which makes this battle even better, I think. You got Rebel not too far. What is that? About a second and a half in front of them.
All right, I had to jump back to Williams and Holmes because they
are nose
still
to tail.
going at it. Yeah, coming into the straight. Oh,
Holmes,
and Holmes makes a mistake. Williams might be able to get a run. Might be able to get the inside here. He is gonna get the move done even before the straight. But will Holmes get a great exit to where he can fight back? He's got the inside. Holmes might have done a switchback on the last corner, and I can see all the way at the top of my screen
you
that
can see Speed and
are still battling. Look at this. Look at this.
Again,
Holmes
side by side.
Holmes holds off the position.
Good
that
job,
is insane.
Holmes. Speed still holding. Oh, he's sliding. Him and Astolfo both off.
Speed went long.
Too much on the slide there. Oh no.
Speed went long. The first time defending that he went long, it looks like because he had to brake on the inside, and did not anticipate needing to brake so much earlier if you're gonna make that corner.
Now Moffat's within a second of him, so.
Yeah. Hey, I want to commend Speed for that defense over lap after lap after lap, and Astolfo for keeping up the attack.
Those two are driving insane, and that's
Let's jump back over to Williams and Holmes though. They are bumper to bumper. Or Corey and Levine, whichever one you want.
Ooh, this one's close too.
Well, who are you watching?
I got Corey and Levine currently.
All right, we'll watch them as they're getting ready to come down the main straight anyways.
See if the BMW can grab some toe into the turn one here. I see Levine's teammate up in front, Garrity, who's not having a great night.
Oh, sorry, I thought I saw something. Just to make everyone aware, Holmes and Williams now have Krochik back in the mix again.
Oh no!
Right behind him, so
that's gonna be a sweaty 12 minutes for those three drivers.
Yep. Well, let's see if Corey can hold off this BMW. The BMW is just so good on its brakes. I wouldn't be surprised if Levine feels a little bit confident and tries to outbrake into one of these after these long straights, either the pit straight or the back straight. Williams is off track. I'm gonna jump over there. Oh, and they've spun on the straight. Let me catch what happened here. In your picture-in-picture, oh, it looks like a driver went off track. Oh, and he just pits himself. Williams pit maneuvered himself. He came over before he was clear. Oh,
that
Williams.
Sucks.
Oh, I hate to see that.
That's dropped him all the way to 16th currently from where he was.
Fighting for 11th.
Dang.
And he definitely got damaged there, so he definitely lost front and rear downforce. But honestly, I've seen that happen time and time again. It's Williams' own mistake. It still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what he can recover. Well, he just got past Moffitt, but Moffitt is fighting back.
Looks like Corey got away from Levine. He's up 1.3 seconds now.
Yeah, another mistake must have happened while we were catching that accident. But look who's battling again. It looks like Dan Rebels closed in on Diggs.
Getting there.
Diggs looks like a podium is probably out of reach unless the drivers up front make a mistake, and Sykes is putting on a clinic right now and is 10 seconds ahead of the lead, in the lead, and Lau's 7 seconds behind Sacombe. So right now it's every battle off of the podium is under contention though.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sykes gone, Secombe's gone, Lau's pretty much gone from Diggs. Diggs is doing well. He had that mistake or that spin earlier, and he's covered as best as he can, I think.
Well, I'm covering the only battle on track right now in the picture-in-picture, which is Felix pressuring Rodriguez. Oh, and Felix makes a mistake a little bit, slides it, but recovers and stays within a second. hopefully get that toe on the straight.
Guess while there's no battles, I'll switch up to the front and give our leader a shout here.
Oh, Krochik has gone off. I will, I'll show you that in a second. Let's just see if he's under pressure. He's under pressure. I'm not going to show you because it probably was just a mistake. Yep, he's under pressure. Look, Krochik and Alstolfo are battling yet again. The names we've been calling all night. Oh my goodness, Alstolfo is just a is having a race. Let me tell you, he's got to be having fun with how much he's been driving next to other drivers.
Alstolfo's not here to hot lap, that's for sure.
What was that?
I said Astolfo's not here to hot lap. He's here to race.
Oh yeah.
Getting quite a bit of it.
Well, he's got a driver in front that he's passed and then been passed by, and a driver behind in speed that is also catching up to them, only 1.3 seconds behind. I have no doubt that they will catch up.
Oh, they'll meet up again here shortly. I got Garrity and Grover who to battle, but they've got lead cars coming through, so they're kind of weaving themselves out of the way there. Very nice to see them not hindering the lead cars.
Yep, I mean you're not battling those cars for positions. Just let them by so they don't interrupt your race. If you fight them, you lose time and can also gain a penalty. So
absolutely.
All right. Krochik is making a mistake. Alstolfo is now on their bumper. If you want to jump over to that one.
Go back over here to these guys. Very close again. Speed still lingering there. They've gotten away from Moffitt again, though. I see.
Yeah, I think they do have some pace on Moffitt here.
Big slide from Astolfo going into turn.
Yep,
7 right there.
And that kind of opened the gap. Now Speed is
Speed sees
to
it.
Astolfo. Yep. Right, well, they've kind of got a second between them all. Let's jump up to Rebel and Diggs, who are back within half a second of each other.
And they're coming through into turn 1.
Rebel's not close enough to Diggs to make a move, and they're both in the BMW, so they both have the same braking points, but sometimes one driver might just be a little bit more connected and
absolutely
able to still send it. Man, look at those awesome liveries too. They look great.
Yeah, every one of the liveries across all the divisions I've seen. Very talented group. I think that's my favorite part about the racing is just seeing who's driving what.
Yeah, it's a shame we have so many divisions now, because it used to be great where I'd see them on track and I really get to appreciate them, but now I got to catch them on stream.
Absolutely.
Well, Rebel and Diggs are about 0.8 apart from each other.
Yeah, Almeida and Levine are about that. Kronchik's got half a second on Astolfo.
Yep, caught back up to him. We'll keep an eye out, see if any of these battles start to close up by the end of the race.
5 minutes left. It's what, about 3 laps? 3-4 laps, roughly? Not a whole lot of time left to make a move.
Yeah. I would say 2 laps. They just started, but probably 3. The leader's about 40 seconds into the lap.
True.
Man, what an exciting race.
Astolfo closing in here. Oh, who's that? Krochik just slides through the right-hander there. Big slide.
I got a replay down there. Let's see what happened.
That cost 2 positions, probably 3, because looks like Moffat's red on his bumper now.
Yeah, Moffat got past him.
I can't tell if he hit the curb or if he was just really hard angle there.
Didn't hit the curb.
Just
was out wide, then tried to give it too much gas to rotate the car, and
just rotate.
Now Moffitt and Williams are Moffitt and Krochik are battling.
Williams is there too.
Oh, Williams, yep.
Jump. There you go. Look at
Moffitt is on the outside, is able to cover him off. Moffitt gets past Williams.
Now he's got a battle between these 2 teammates here.
Gotta hold him off.
Nice quiet race by the green McLaren.
Oh, Kevin Lau just made a mistake.
Oh no.
Oh, is he out of gas? He's out of gas.
No way.
Kevin Lau's out of gas. Diggs is about to get a podium spot and close up on his teammate Sacombe. That'll make the drivers' championship even closer.
No. That's heartbreaking. 3 minutes short on fuel. Yeah, he's just tiptoeing around here.
Yeah, because they've got 2 minutes. They've got at least 2 laps left, and he's probably seeing that he's only got 1 lap left in his tank.
Yeah, he went from 20 seconds to only 6 on Diggs.
Unless he made some other kind of mistake.
He's still losing time. Is he on some sort like emergency fuel to try to at least make it to the pits?
I don't know.
He's slow. I wish I had like telemetry to see like his corner speed compared to the other drivers.
Yeah.
Look at that.
All right, let's kind of talk about some big winners and some people that have had some unfortunate races. Big winners are Rodriguez and Felix. Both have gained 10 positions. Whitting Jr. has also gained 7. Definitely our most positions gained are people who have had the most unfortunate races are those that left early, and then also Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson started in P11 and is now down in 22nd.
Man.
That's seeing some other notable mentions for big winners are the Mr. Speed, who's gained 5 positions, Moffitt 6 positions, Miller 5 positions, Grover 5 positions. So
quite a few from the back moving up.
Yep.
Lau's like up
move up
4 seconds.
Diggs is now closing the gap. Yeah, 3.6, 3.5, 3.4, 3.3. What is? Because Lau must be dropping down on the straight to a lower map.
Yeah.
Williams just spun.
Oh,
Williams just spun again.
Yeah, I see Lau on the straightaway wiggling it to see if he's got any fuel. It's just like real life. He's out there trying to get every little ounce out of it.
Williams had such a good race, and it's kind of falling apart here at the end, making just mistakes, probably because he's got loss of aero. But yeah, Diggs has now closed the gap to 1.6 seconds on Lau.
Yeah. Rebel's hoping to stay close here so that way he could maybe make a move around both of them.
Yeah, Diggs is wanting that podium spot. Keep up with his teammate. Keep this driver's battle close.
Absolutely. He's only a few points back, and he's going to lose about 6 to 8 right now, so he can cut that distance in half.
With the drop race, it could be that
oh yeah, it could
bigger
even
point differential between his
be
P3 and his worst race.
True.
And Sacombe's P2 in his worst race.
Absolutely. I forgot about drop races being accounted for. Yes, Loic, it's Kelvin Lau, not Kevin. Nate, you only think that it's Kevin because Lake kept messing it up for the first 4 weeks.
I just went with whatever you said.
That's fair. That's
All
how
right.
you do it.
Let's see if Lau has to take it easy, because the race time has expired. However, the leader is on their final lap. This is the final lap for these drivers.
Half a second.
Does Lau have enough? I don't know. Diggs.
He's gonna lose that position to Diggs. He's not got any speed down the straightaway.
He has to. I mean, he might have been able to hold him off if he could stay in front of him and just play, you know, a very strong defensive game through the rest of the lap. But losing on the straight, got nothing that you can do. Oh,
nothing you can do.
Is Diggs a little bit too excited? I saw him make a little bit of a mistake there.
Oh, look at Joao Saudry in the pits on the last lap. 9th place. I think he ran out of fuel.
He needed fuel.
Oh, man.
Needed fuel. It is better to go into the pits, grab that liter of fuel, than to run out.
Oh, do you get a penalty at the end for that?
No, you just
or drop to the end of the
that lap.
To
the last, yeah. All right, Lau is holding it off. He might have enough fuel.
Might have saved enough. Rebel's hoping he's not. Rebel wants those extra points. Sykes, though, let me get his
Sykes is just one. Sacombe is one. Or Kevin P2.
You're done.
We're keeping an eye on this last lap battle for P3 between 3 different cars.
I was trying to get there.
I have a feeling Lau is not really attacking, is really just saying if I can finish in P4, I'll be pretty happy and finish with enough fuel.
Rebel's on him. Can he get a run? I think that finish line's pretty early, though.
It is pretty early.
Yeah, Rebel's not going to get it.
Yep, he was
held on to 4th.
He did. Oh, and we got Holmes. Holmes making a move on Carbo, and they're still battling. Ooh. I'm going to go back. They're bumping and bumping. I'm going to go back and catch this move. You keep the battle on the main screen so you can see where it all started.
Near the chicane here. Both of them hitting the sausage curb. Holmes looking, thinking otherwise. Yeah, that's going to be the
look down in your picture.
Ooh, into turn 10.
So what happened is Carbo went long. Holmes then got the inside run. And then they decided to go side by side.
Side by side through there. It's a good battle, though.
And Carbo was able to hold off the position, though, at the end.
Very nice.
And all right, we've got our last cars coming across the finish line now.
Krawczyk, Moffitt. Saudry, though, man, he was like 8th or 9th, I think. And he gets 13th. Salvages it. Would have lost.
He ended up finishing into the lead lap, so I think this was his.
Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, because
6 one way, half a dozen another. So.
Dang. Oh.
Oh man.
What a race.
Yeah, it was. Let's see here. Let's
Insane.
And out of ACC.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I don't remember who. I know we had Diggs. No, we had yeah, we had Diggs P3, Sacombe P2, and
Sykes.
Mm-hmm. P1. You want me to pull them up in here?
Sounds good. I love the interviews.
You're not let him cut it back.
Hey, I just pulled you guys up onto the broadcast. Looks like we've got Sykes with us, and we have Gareth and Jared. P1, P2. Congratulations on your guys' race. Kind of walk us through what happened. I mean, Gareth, you had pole and then lost it, and then was able to get P1 back. What happened?
Yeah, so basically what Jared and I were talking about in the race review is on the start, the Aston has, I think it's called turbo lag, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't get a great reaction either to the lights, but that's how he got by me on the start. Then I'm just trying to. My goal was to just stay with him and hope he makes mistakes so I can get an easy pass. But he made it a good fight, so that was great.
And the flip side from me is we've been in the practice server at the same times quite a bit over the last few days, and I knew that I didn't have his pace like all week, and especially with qualifying, I think his quality lap was like half a second better than mine or so, and so I knew I had a chance to pip him at the start, and then it was just a matter of how long can I keep him behind me. And I got a bad exit coming out of the chicane about 10-15 minutes in, and he got a run on me going down the straight. And I'm like, I'm just going to hold it to the outside, see if I can keep the inside to turn 2, and maybe I'll be able to, slingshot for a switch around on turn 3 or something. And it didn't happen. He closed off the move really well, and then it was bye, watching the taillights going off into the distance.
Well, Jared, is your collar getting a little tight, getting a little hot and sweaty? Because Gareth is now closing the gap in the Drivers' Championship, and Max finished in P3 this race, and that'll really close the gap when it comes to, or keep the battle close in the Drivers' Championship for D3. How are you feeling right now?
I think with the P2, P3 result, we've just about got the team championship wrapped up.
Yeah. We're not even concerned about that. We know you got that. Yeah, you're good.
The reason I bring that up is Max and I were joking around is that as soon as it was kind of wrapped up, he and I were going to go full Rosberg Hamilton and just start babooning each other into the Shadow Realm.
Sounds good.
The last 2 races should be pretty spicy.
Well, Gareth, if you keep getting pole, fastest lap, and winning, you'll be in that mix. I don't think, and especially if they baboon each other enough and knock each other out of the race, you could really close that gap quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope they take each other out.
I feel that.
Thank you two for hopping. I'll let you go to watch your race review and watch your highlights. That was a fun race to watch.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
You.
Good race.
You're welcome.
Nice win, man.
You too. Good race.
All right. See you guys.
See ya. Well, that I don't see Diggs anywhere in the voice chats, but that was a lot of fun.
It was great fun.
Well,
it was good after having that long Christmas break.
Yeah, it was a little bit too exciting, if you ask me. But I think we can sign off here. I think we had a great broadcast, great race.
Absolutely.
And I'll let you sign us off, Steven.
Sounds good. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. We've got Laguna next week, and then we got Kiwami the week after that. And that's the end of Season 5. Have a good night, everybody. Good night, Tyler. Thanks for joining me in the booth tonight. And we'll see y'all next week.
Been fun.
Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and Blitzen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right